What is a legacy? Is it just something passed down from generation to generation? Or is it something that is built, piece by piece, brick by brick, spanning great lengths of time, hours, days, years, decades, centuries? What does it take to build a legacy? Hard work? Dedication? Sacrifice? Trust? For the past 100 years, a legacy has been forged at Mowbray & Son, a legacy built on core values: dependable teamwork, humble confidence, leading by growing others, hard work, and hard play, and at the foundation of it all, family. A family that extends beyond just the Mowbray name. It includes all of the Mowbray & Son employees, loyal vendors, and clients, without whom there could be no company. So how do you build a legacy? It all starts with a dream.
My grandfather actually was a good mentor to me. We'd spent a lot of time together when I was a child, and I still got a lot of fond memories of my grandfather. It was basically a grooming process, I think, and I look back at it, and even my father grooming my son, and myself grooming my grandson. It's all developing from that, and I think that's where it started from.
10 decades and 4 generations ago, my great-grandfather, Harry Mowbray, and his partner, Ernest Lewin, 2 England natives, opened a plumbing and heating business on Main Street in downtown Minot. My great-grandfather sent a message back to his family in England that stated, "Either I am a man or a mouse. Watch me grow." When Ernest passed away, the business continued under the name Lewin and Mowbray Plumbing. In 1935, the business emerged as Mowbray & Son Plumbing and Heating, when my grandfather, Harry L. Mowbray, otherwise known as Bud, joined the company. Bud was 19, and with help from his mother, he had taken his savings and invested in Buckle, Noonan coal stock. He sold his stock certificates to his mother when it had doubled in value, giving him around $500. He used that money to buy a 10% share in the company. Bud's mother held on to the original stock, and it was given back to Bud at the time of her death. This created the foundation of the Mowbray & Son legacy. Bud became president of the company in 1954, and he ran a very tight ship. He was a very intimidating man, standing 6 foot 5 inches tall. His presence in a room commanded respect. Becoming a master plumber with only one good hand was a testament to Bud's iron will. Although as stern as he was admired by those who worked for him.
I remember my father, when I started taking it over, start working with him when I was in mid-20s, it was big shoes to fill, because he's accomplished quite a bit in my eyes.
He was very knowledgeable on older plumbing as far as heating systems and whatnot. If we had a critical question, we could always go to Bud and get a good answer.
Bud used to come in here every day, and he would read the Wall Street Journal, and I would answer the phone. And I started noticing every time I picked it up, he was watching and listening to me. And he goes to me, "Jill, I've been watching you." I says, "You have?" He goes, "Yes, and I like you. You're a good girl." I thought, okay, well, if I could impress Bud Mowbray, I must be all right, so.
In 1970, the main offices relocated and expanded to include M&S Sheet Metal as a related business. And 2 years later, my father, Harry W. Mowbray, otherwise known as Bill, joined the firm to become the 3rd generation of master plumbers at Mowbray & Son, furthering the tradition of the family business. My dad took over as president in 1987. Though my grandpa retired in 1978, his commitment to the family business was there until his death in 2004. Even though they didn't always see eye to eye, their passion and sacrifice for the business was always there.
I learned everything from my father as far as estimating when I come into the workplace. And my other outside influences, was a lot of it was my grandfather. And my dad taught me business and the industry. Okay, he was a very good teacher.
He did a good job taking it over from almost scratch when his dad got sick. And it was hard on him, but he did good.
Actually, a lot of the burden at 28 years old, I had to learn, and I had to learn the hard way. So either I had to maintain it or falter. But he wasn't healthy enough but he gained his health back. But at that time, by the time he got his health back, I was pretty well controlling the business.
In 1990, just like my dad, I began working with the family business. After high school, I knew my future was in continuing the legacy of Mowbray & Son. In order to take the company to a new level, I attended North Dakota State University, where I graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering. After 8 years of training and apprenticeships, I became a fourth-generation master plumber, all of which was only possible with the full support of my family, including my wife Jessica and my mom Leslie, who has been a pillar of support for the whole Mowbray & Son family.
Bill has always felt that I've been the one. I may not always have had a presence in the business, but I've kept us all moving and getting along together. Can I put it like that? And yeah, it would be like the glue that held everybody together.
In 2013, I continued the legacy by becoming the fourth-generation president of Mowbray & Son.
Well, I think it's the grandparents that actually initiated us to get into the business. It's no different than Travis. It was my father that actually supported getting Travis into the business.
He has done a fabulous job stepping into some large shoes in a community that, and a business where it's a challenge when you have someone as large as my father and then come in and have to fill those shoes. But he's done a great job. And I know my father would wholeheartedly say that.
Well, he does things differently, but I think doing it differently than me is very much a positive for the company. And I like his attitude. And some things we don't 100% agree with, but yet overall, we come to an understanding, and he is the boss now, so I listen to what he has to say. But I'll fill him in on a few things that I feel is right or wrong. But other than that, he's managing very well. And he's made the business grow. He's part of it too.
Well, back in the day, a lot of the mechanical systems were steam. As technology improved and Bud pretty much backed away from the company, Billy came in, and the technology was more hot water. And now Billy's backing away, and now the technology is geothermal. So as the technology changes, so does the generations.
Being part of the Mowbray & Son legacy isn't just limited to the men in the family. As fate would have it, my sister, Heather Mowbray Jones, would also become part of this legacy as well.
There again, as my dad looked at me in between the two, he said, she's a bright Mowbray. He said, you gotta make her a partner.
I think that the business side of me always had an interest in business. And as I entered my last year, I was about halfway through my last year of college, and my dad called me up and he'd said he'd found an opportunity with a construction company for sale in Bismarck, and he wasn't going to do it unless I was on board.
Art McFadden, a competitor of mine, had his business for sale. Reviewed it, and then I said, this is the decision I'm going to make. I'm going to buy this business, and then I'm going to develop it, and then I'm going to have Heather move here, and then she'll be our partner in Bismarck.
In 2009, equipped with a degree in accounting business from Moorhead State University, she became the president of City Air Mechanical, a Mowbray & Son sister company in Bismarck. In 2012, she was awarded North Dakota Small Business Person of the Year and currently resides as a member of the North Dakota State Plumbing Board. City Air Mechanical has established themselves in the Bismarck area with such projects as the North Dakota State Penitentiary, Legacy High School, Sanford Assisted Living Center, and the City of Bismarck Public Works Facility.
Between the two companies, we definitely share joint jobs together. There are people come up and help us, and we go down and help them.
Over the years, Mowbray & Son has helped shape the growth and development of the city of Minot, as well as the Minot Air Force Base and the surrounding communities. With many key installations such as the Minot Water Treatment Plant, Trinity Hospital, Minot State University, the YMCA, and numerous projects at the Minot Air Force Base. Of course, Mowbray & Son's success has been built on more than a family name. The men and women that perform our quality work and services are the lifeblood of our company. They are a crucial part of the Mowbray & Son family.
I attribute a lot to the people that are employed here. They're the ones that are actually built this business along with me. I just help guide it.
Bill has always felt that he may be bidding the jobs, but the guys do the work, and they're the ones that make it what it is.
And in turn, their work ethic is phenomenal. It's actually them that created the demand of themselves and the perfection in themselves and the quality that they provide. These mechanics are second to none around the state. I've looked at a lot of work around the state and very proud of what these people can do.
The employees of the business have always been part of the family. We have a handful of employees that have been there a third of 100 years. And we still have retirees that come around, and it's just amazing to see how many people have been a part of our lives for so long.
Well, Bill was looking for a temporary forklift operator for an afternoon. And I came for an afternoon and never left.
Well, I consider some of the guys that work here at Mowbray as some of my better friends. We do stuff together, and like I said, I know their families as well as they know mine.
Most of the people that are working for this company I've either had worked with or trained. And a lot of the people that we have here, realistically or not, a lot of them have been over here for over 20 years. And they all started when they were in their 20s. So this says a lot to why they're still here. Because it's basically because of the company.
I was apprentice in 1995, the winter of 95, 96. We had a lot of snowfall that year. Bud lived about 1.5 miles straight north of here. We had a skid steer here. His driveway was full of snow, so I drove that all the way over there. Was moving the snow. Bud told me where to put the snow. Bill told me where to put the snow, and I was stuck in the skid steer not knowing where to put the snow.
That's my title. Plumber, pipe fitter, and whatever Bill tells me I am.
He was good to work for, never had a check bounce or nothing. And I had that in a few places.
I mostly worked in the shop, and then one thing led to another, and I'd take a service call here and a service call there, and all of a sudden we developed a service department.
You do a lot of different stuff, and it's challenging, but you know, it's kind of fun, and you learn a lot. It's a good organization to work for. They've been a good company. They've been good to us.
A lot bigger company. I think there was 6 plumbers when I started, and I think there's 34 or 38. So it's gotten a lot bigger.
So the question is, what does the future hold for Mowbray & Son? Will the tradition live on? Will there always be a Mowbray at the helm of Mowbray & Son? After 100 years of providing service to the Minot area, Mowbray & Son has become a part of the foundation of our city. We intend to continue to build on that foundation for another 100 years. Generation to generation, our legacy will continue to grow with the entire Mowbray & Son family.